Today is Friday, July 25, 2014, the 206th day of the year. There are 159 days remaining until the end of 2014. Sunrise today is at 5:30 a.m. The sun sets at 8:23 p.m. Length of daylight hours today, 14 hours, 52 minutes, 37 seconds. 2 minutes, 3 seconds shorter than yesterday. Tomorrow will be 2 minutes, 5 seconds shorter than today. The waning crescent moon appears above the horizon today with 2% illumination at 4:29 a.m. and sets at 7:16 p.m. The moon passes above downtown Rutland City at 251,346 miles distant from the center of planet Earth, within the third zodiacal designation, Cancer, the crab. On this day in 1898, after more than 2 months of sea-based bombardment, the United States invasion of Puerto Rico begins, with U.S. troops led by General Nelson A. Miles landing at the harbor at Guanaco, Puerto Rico.
So, numbnuts, you want I should put up some pictures of the general?
Dude, no. Why would I want that?
Well, so the folks can see him on a horse in Cuba.
Puerto Rico.
Cuba, Puerto Rico.
Look, thanks, but nobody can see anything you put up. It's like radio. It's all audio.
Okay, so you want I should take down these old Vanessa Williams pictures?
Just leave everything the way it is and shut up so I can do this and get out of here.
Okay.
By the time Miles lands at Guanaca, he's approaching the end of an illustrious military career, having served in the Civil War, first as a 22-year-old volunteer from Boston, quickly rising through ranks until at war's end he's appointed Major General of Volunteers. Through the Indian Wars of the Great Plains, during which he presides over the genocide, becoming a master of killing Indians. He pursues the Lakota Sioux, led by Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse after the Battle of the Little Bighorn. In winter 1877, he force marches his troops across Montana in pursuit of Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce. In the southwest, Miles tracks Geronimo and his Chiricahua Apache for 3,000 miles through the Sierra Madre Mountains. In 1890, he's there when Sitting Bull's murdered outside his house at Standing Rock Agency near Fort Yates, North Dakota, and is commander of the Military Division of the Missouri when 300 Sioux women, children, and elderly are massacred in the freezing snow December 29 at Wounded Knee. The Americans, led by Miles, are successful in Puerto Rico. Natives there prove easy to kill, as do the weak-willed Spaniards. Military operations are suspended August 13, 1898, when President William McKinley signs an armistice whereby Spain gives up Puerto Rico, Cuba, the Philippine Islands, and Guam. As the 19th century draws to a close, the United States is a world power, with the ability to project its military around the globe. In 1903, Nelson Appleton Miles is 64 years old, mandatory military retirement age. When he retires, his rank, commanding general of the U.S. Army, is retired with him. In 1917, when the U.S. enters World War I, Miles, 77 years old, volunteers to lead a brigade to France. Woodrow Wilson turns him down. In 1965, Bob Dylan goes electric as he plugs in at the Newport Folk Festival, signaling a major change in folk and rock music. Bringing It All Back Home has been out since March 27, full of crazy rock songs, Subterranean Homesick Blues, Maggie's Farm, so it's clear he's not marching anymore. So why are they booing? Well, for one thing, they're waiting all day to hear Dylan, and then when he does show up, he only plays 3 songs, then splits. For another, the times, they haven't changed all that much. It's the Newport Folk, and rock festivals are still in the near future. The band is Dylan strapped into a Fender Stratocaster, an instrument he hasn't played in public since his high school days. Michael Bloomberg, Sam Lay, Jerome Arnold, and Barry Goldberg of the Butterfield Blues Band, and Al Cooper on organ. The set opens with Maggie's Farm, then into the top 10 hit, peaking at number 2, Like a Rolling Stone, which is all over AM radio since its release early in July. So really, no surprise about the electricity, not if you're even halfway paying attention, and finishing with a half-baked version of It Takes a Lot to Laugh, It Takes a Train to Cry, then called Phantom Engineer. 3 songs, then they stalk off like bad boys at the church social. Poor hapless Peter Yarrow coaxes Dylan to come back on stage with an acoustic guitar. He sings Mr. Tambourine Man and It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, then he's gone. He doesn't come back to Newport 37 years. He's a spoiled kid who's always been a hero at Newport, the 2 other times he's played there, and for the first time out, he's not getting total approval for any crazy whim he comes up with. And obviously, not everybody didn't like it. The money suddenly gets a whole lot better. In August, the album Highway 61 Revisited is released, half electric, half acoustic, and everybody buys it. The big noise at Newport doesn't seem to hurt record or subsequent concert ticket sales. Born this day in 1902, Eric Hoffer, American philosopher and author. Eric Hoffer wrote and published 10 books. His first book, The True Believer, is a classic. Hoffer analyzes the types of personalities that lead mass movements like Jesus or Hitler. All the while, he works as a longshoreman on the docks of San Francisco. Eric Hoffer writes, "It's the individual only who is timeless. Societies, cultures, and civilizations, past and present, are often incomprehensible to outsiders, but the individual's hungers, anxieties, dreams, and preoccupations have remained unchanged through the millennia." From Rutland, Vermont, this is Richard Alcott speaking.